Looking to bust through some caves? I know I am. Oof, whoa, nice! Hello everyone, Thranks is here, and welcome back to No Man's Sky, where I'm just wrapping up my conversation with Captain Zhao. We've went ahead and talked to our navigator, dispatched all of our expeditions, and we're looking at the star charts for where we want to go next. I think we should just start working in a cluster and just start expanding our way out and making sure that every planet registers as explored, regardless of everything else. So the next system in the Yexa adjunct, which we're going to go ahead and say that is the Fire 2 zone according to the spreadsheet that Anglo-Irish has started and is circulating the Discord. And yeah, judging by the fact that these planets are showing unexplored, even if it was explored prior to the Origins update, we want to go back there and just make sure. So without further ado, yeah, let's begin our jump immediately. Ooh. Already noticing a dark nebula in the background. Ah, but we have a space station. That's hiding in the dark. Are you trying to scare me, Conscript Mdon? Yeah, dark nebula. It appears like we are the first to discover this system. Wonderful. We haven't had that pleasure in a while, and we have 6 planets, no moons. Looks pretty fun. Dominant life form is the Viking. Stable level of conflict and a failing economy. Well, you know, you cannot win them all. You literally can't. So let's take the Nightmare in Space out for a spin. And see if we can't get an upgrade for our Scream Suppressor. Gosh, wouldn't that be nice? Do we even need to head to the local space station? Yeah, we're coming back into land. Did you see that ship? I mean, sorry not sorry, but I'm always in the market for exotic spaceships. Look at this! Oh, before you fly away, just shut up and take my credits. I'll make a decision on the ship later. 6 million units? Oh, that's hardly a decision worth thinking about. Look at this. Yeah. So it's got like this sort of tri-tip wing and these little fins and the pointed nose, which I like. You know, this reminds me of the End of Sleep. It's got gold on it. Now hold on, now if we compare that to this one, gosh, it's almost like the exact same color scheme. I have to be honest, I think I like this one better than the End of Sleep. Yeah, right? I mean, that's sharp. Oh, we gotta take it for a test drive. Oh, look at that planet behind us. Okay, I see you there. There's not really going to be a way to get everything that I want in the shot other than to just make this look like it's part of the frigate crew. But I don't want it... I don't mind if it occludes a... There we go. I don't want to mess with its profile. Let's just let's be honest. I am sort of a fan of this ship. Okay. I think I'm going to spend a little bit of time thinking about it. But for the record, my instinct, my intuition is telling me that we're going to get rid of the end of sleep. The end of sleep was our very first exotic. Maybe we'll rename this, maybe we'll sell the end of sleep and rename this one Insomnia. No, I am going to think about it. I don't want to make any rash decisions. Oh, really? Wait, no, because I can't secure another ship in this configuration. We're tapped out. We're officially tapped out. And what if I see the perfect fighter? Or no, we have to make a snap decision. Yeah, as much as I like the end of sleep, I like the other one better. So I think what the heck is this? How did we get a cracking void egg in our inventory? I'm not sure how that works, but I'm pretty sure I don't want to do another living ship. Now, this is a good bit of upgrades to let go. I guess I could dismantle them all. I don't want to have a full hangar. I know we've not exactly been getting to the exploration, and that's why we're here. You know why I'm here. But the truth is, we have to handle this. Whoa, those ships look neat. We have to handle this because I'm not going to miss out on a potential perfect ship that we might come across, either salvage, wrecked, or landing, and not be able to buy it because we hesitated on a decision that I'm 90% sure I just want to let go of that ship. Let's conduct an experiment. If I come here and I say, hey, melt my ship, 5,100,000 units. What if I go like... What if I go like this? Now what's the ship worth? Still 5,100,000 units. I think that means... I think that means that we just have to dismantle everything, but it's all deuterium, cadmium, chromatic metal, wiring looms. I mean, it's wiring looms, I suppose. We're full on all this stuff. I think we need to just... Now see, look, that's not the fighter I want, but what if it was? I'm over here hemming and hawing with indecision. Yeah. We're just gonna scrap it. And I know, it's not the most efficient way to do it. I should be breaking down all this stuff, but I don't feel like spending the time required to do that. That showed the other picture. That was interesting. Storage augmentation. It's fun. Pulse engine, shield module, hyperdrive. I think we'll save these, actually. I don't think we need them, but I'm not 100% over what upgrades. I'm not 100% sure of which upgrades we've put on our new Explorer and which ones we have not. And all of the rest of that can be sold. Can you imagine if I had all those other materials I had to worry about in my inventory? All that cadmium and deuterium and... yeah, it's just not worth the time. It's not worth the time. This Sometimes you just gotta make that command decision. Let's look at all this stuff we're getting anyways, right? Oh yeah, the ionized cobalt. Well, I think the quickest way to do it is if we send it to the freighter and then we tell it we want to sell ionized cobalt from the freighter. It's a mill. It's 1 mil. Arguably, you know, a drop in the bucket. But that time investment to sell that was just a couple of seconds. Alright, now we're back with the Nightmare in Space, and got a new exotic ship. Always fun. Always fun. Now, this planet darkened and mysterious, but we've seen it is a humid planet. Ooh. A binary star system, you say? I think there's a filter for that. Yes, the vapor filter. Kind of a fan. So colorful. The colors. Let's coast right through the atmosphere. There we are. Beautiful binary star system. And on this side of the planet we see not a lot. It's difficult to see with these atmospheric effects. Perhaps we need a bit more distance away from the planet. We're catching all this glare. Or is it a storm, perhaps? It's tremendous cloud cover down there. I'd like to head for a landmass first. I have been told there are sections of each planet that do not see normal day-night cycles, but I wonder if that holds true in a binary star system. Looking for a very landlocked section of terrain. That looks pretty good. I would sort of like to punch through this large cloud and see why exactly the atmosphere appears so thick from orbit. But once I'm down in it, the cloud cover appears to be negligible. No, there's definitely some layer of haze here. Oh my. Look at the terrain and the foliage. Okay. I'm intrigued. Let's head to this unknown building. Landing pad, perhaps? No, but look at this arrangement here. Oh my. Very short grass. Would that say mostly calm weather? High levels of fauna, abundant flora, and the cave system. The colors here are quite nice. Foliage is quite natural in appearance. I like the flowers. Oh yeah. Sort of red little flowers. This rock is sort of peculiar with these large square-like chunks of ore sticking out of it. Contains organic matter. Diagenesis. Very grassy planet. Even the sections that look like maybe they would start to get rocky really just look more sandy and dirty than they do actually rocky. These flowers are rather interesting, though. I almost wish you could sample some of these flowers and use them as decorations. Pyroclastic, inedible. Yeah, you don't say. That really... The rock is inedible? Dinosaurs may disagree with you. Is this tree yellow because it's yellow or because the atmosphere is yellow? Fungal root structure. Nutrient source is free radicals. Has a choking scent. Ooh. When we're being treated to a double sunset. These are always interesting on these binary star systems. Oh, it's a flower patch. Fauna spotted. Interesting arachnid or possible crustacean. How many different ways can you look at a sunset and still see a sun in the sky, right? I don't know if that's really a great vista. There's not a lot of views to be had with these low swept hills. I definitely like the feel of this planet more during the sunset than I did during the midday. The yellow atmosphere and the haze that accompanied the midday was a little intense. And we do have a rocky section and a massive cave structure over there. That is a zebra hippo. A zippo. There it is. Second sunrise. Or sunset. What about second sunset? Alright, now that the sun has gone down and the moon has come up and long ago somebody left with the cup? No. Instead, I'm thinking about taking a run through these caves, right? Oh my goodness, look at this. They buried the lead on this one. The surface is entertaining, I'll give it that, but this cave structure. Okay, now let's... I'm scanning with the darn wrong multi-tool. Meanwhile, these darn fungal blooms are just tearing me up. You're ruining picture day! This is the pre-run-up. Looking to bust through some caves? I know I am. Oof, whoa, nice! Right? That's how you do it. Oh, don't... Oof. Oof. Okay. Was that a creature I heard? Oh, tell me I didn't come down here busting up something's ecosystem. Here I'm just having a good time tearing things up. I'm sure there are some underground life forms on this planet. Ground, 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 flying. Underwater, 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 underground, underground, underground. 3 underground life forms. Might have just squashed one of them. I heard something. That was fun. What if we get something more slow and controlled? Oh no, you may not summon certain vehicles underground, right? Yeah, they don't want you to do that. Now there is a rainstorm happening up above, which... Whoa, hello, underground star bramble. Yes. I'm a big fan of when this happens. And you get some of the overworld biome in your cave. And that appears like we're still going down. Now, we're nowhere near the ocean, but I'm certain that sea level is down here somewhere. Nope, we need to go back to the Pilgrim. And stop hitting our head on the ceiling. Oh, did we pass it up? No, it's over there. It's interesting how the storm has brought this sort of vapor down here. And these caves have a tremendous amount of underground fauna. Fermented fruit. Let's scan some of the minerals down here. Extreme salt content. So this creature survives off of fermented fruit down here in the dark caves. Look at its eyes. Likely its eyes have evolved to survive down here, right? Very, very cool stuff. I accept these terms. This cave is quite majestic, and the cave network here is fairly extensive. I feel like it goes on and on. Oh, hold on. We have a young variation of the same creature. This one with some sort of appendage. Okay, well that was a very small superheated rainstorm by any real metric. I am effectively getting turned around. But I would like to take the Pilgrim down into the lower depths. No, it did not happen that way? Okay. Ooh, look at these rocks here. These minerals are quite interesting. Gravitational bonds made by salt bonding. I like the colors. I think we're going to stop driving the Pilgrim for the time being. I think the color in the caves here is a very stark contrast from the colors outside. And look at this. We've effectively broken through into this ravine. We have some trees growing down here at the bottom of this. This must be a deceptively high elevation that we were able to go so far underground and not hit the water table. It's quite possible, even though these feel like lowland hills, that we're talking about extremely high elevation above sea level here. Is this another variation, or would this be the exact same creature we were watching earlier? Nope. Same one. Processes dirt. Oh, there's a social colony of them out here. Unafraid. It senses the atlas. Oh. I wonder if that's a step towards sentience. Nutrient source gamma rays. Not going to get a lot of gamma rays underground. Unless it's catching them in this ravine. You know what? I think we are going to take the Pilgrim for a bit of a spin here. And just to see where this goes. So, again, we have more of a cave network there. Not really much flora in the way of it being illuminated, but then... Aha! We found it. I am not a fan of those. Not at all. We've successfully found the water table. So is this just a naturally lower point of the local terrain, is the question. And it does appear so. It does seem like this is reaching sort of a basin here. I would like to get a few more of these trees scanned into our database before we start plumbing the depths of the underwater cave system. Also feeds on gamma rays. Of course, with the binary star system, it's quite possible one of these stars is overloading the planet with high levels of gamma rays, which would explain why some of the flora here has evolved to feed off of it. They would have to. I mean, eventually you'd have to at least break parity to where, you know, you're okay with the gamma rays. They don't harm your cell structure, let alone evolving to feed off of it. That's just, well, that's just turning lemons into lemonade at that point. Let's get a signal booster up. 01 Foxtrot 7. So, for the first time in a while, we will get to name this system Fire 2. 1 Foxtrot 7. And I guess to give it a proper name, we should get an aggregate of the planets we've explored, but I think in order to secure our discoveries quickly, we're just going to make a name based off of the first planet that we make landfall at, which is the one near the space station, generally. And then that'll maybe help give us an idea because it'll be standard. So Fire 2, 1 Foxtrot 7 will be known as... Natural landscapes. But I reserve naming this planet just yet until we've had a chance to descend underwater. I do like the color of the nebula in the night sky. I think that's very, very appropriate. It's 5 in the morning. We'll be seeing sunrise soon. But we already know from the surface the water is very blue. So let us witness the sunrise down here through the cave. Pretty standard assortment of coral. You You can see some of the color scheme in the underwater flora here matches what we've seen. It matches what we've seen on the surface. More underground fauna here. This one has a very interesting camouflage pattern, and look at it. It too has evolved eyes better to see in the darkness. Probably startled it with our flashlight. And yet here we are, close to the surface yet again. Well, there's a lot of fauna running around down here. Perhaps we should not drive our motorcycle through everything. I'm curious though with this cave, it seems like it just continues and continues and continues. If the trend keeps up, it will surely reach deeper and deeper levels all the way out to the ocean at some point, I would anticipate. Okay, that is an interesting underwater flora. Proton recycling. I must say, I am quite a fan of how clear the water is. Does this cave maybe have lots of... I was hoping for colorful growth on the ceiling. But this is like a little underground pool, isn't it? I mean, you know, minus the crystal sulfide vent. Now we're starting to get that deep yellow appearance here that we saw before. Alright, let's continue along our path here. As I would anticipate... another underground pool. Okay. We'll take the abyssal hue even further. It's very shallow. And in fact, yep, here we are. We've come out the other side. Don't want to do that. The Atlas was not happy with that. And again, it's very quiet on the surface. There was some fauna, but this is mostly... If the trees... Okay, so let's embrace this a little bit. If the trees are feeding off of gamma rays, then that explains why most of the surface would be littered with this flora that has adapted to feed off of the gamma rays and use photosynthesis, and most of the fauna would be found underground. Now, according to our charts, there are aerial fauna on this planet, but they do seem to be sparse. Likely having a much higher risk of mutation, and therefore probably a more difficult propagation of the species. I would like to see the ocean. I'm not... We have seen these a few times. Hold on. We have a creature we've yet to see on the surface. Okay. So much for our theory about the fauna. And they too have evolved. Looks like their eyes would be better suited for underground. It makes me wonder if that's where they started and then came up here recently and their evolution, their chain has not caught up yet. Look at that! That is the cutest elk-like creature ever. Also with the eyes. No, those appear a little normal. Those appear a little normal. Just really dilated pupils. This is a feeding ground of sorts. You can see the grass here is a good bit taller. There aren't really any forests to speak of, little smatterings of trees here and there. I still agree with my initial assessment. I would very much like to see the ocean. I think the little underwater caves are interesting. But at this time, I want more. Let's gain some perspective on the planet. And again with this cloud cover. Very intense. That we have difficulty. That's the haze. That's the massive amount of haze that we see in the atmosphere during the day. Let's gain a little bit more distance away from the planet. Maybe long range we'll be able to see through some of the haze. Aha! That looks like a significant ocean. This you would think this is a storm system, but we've been on the surface. The storm systems are fairly small, and they don't last very long. And then even once you break into it, you can see there aren't that many clouds. But there is this thick layer of haze everywhere. Ooh, look at this Coral Rock Island. Yeah, okay. So this is something interesting. Trying to feed into underground cave systems? There's trying to be some sort of grass out here, but no. Oh, that is an abandoned building if ever there was one. What the heck is that? What is shaking everything? What is going on? I'm a little intimidated. Are we talking about something underwater, or... Yeah, what is that? I'm definitely shaken up a little bit. I would actually like to see the ocean. As intriguing as the underwater caves are, let's see what kind of drop-off this island has here. Because it looks like there is definitely a shelf that this island is sitting on. And if the caves feed down into deeper water... Okay, this is not as clear as the subterranean lakes we found. The turbidity of this water is definitely more significant. It's a lot cloudier, there's more sediment floating around. Same sort of coral formations, though. It's just a lot... It's just a lot more blue. I mean, if we're going to be honest... Yeah. It's just really blue. That's fine, though. I can absolutely accept those terms. I do like sort of this fossilized bone and coral everywhere. It is not nearly as deep as I would have imagined, but the terrain is about as smooth and flat and winding as it was on the other parts of the continent. I'm sorry, we're in a Viking system, so I'm trying to keep my eye out on fighters. I'm tempted, you know what, let's go back, let's take the Azure Spark back. I would I would really like to see in some of those caves, I think. As something tells me I had expected to see the caves down here in this water. But when I did not, I'm thinking they might be pretty fun to explore. And look, the cave growths are on the surface. And look how large this island is. It's part of a chain of this, like, flat coral rock island with these weird non-craters. Huh. These are either going to go somewhere really neat or, like, nowhere at all. And we're going to find out which one. Ah, down we go. Alright, let's keep it in the realm of the Atlas, shall we? Ooh. Is this gonna be our first chance ever to use our submarine weapon? Or no, we've used it on other things. Or we just run into it, that works too. Oh, there's quite a bit of abyssal horrors out here. And it goes deeper still. Depth, we're down to 63 U. Dear Hello Games, would you please provide me with an advanced mining laser for my Nautilon? Thank you. This has been one of your biggest fans writing an open letter to you. Have a wonderful day. Alright. I think we've seen enough. We get another really wonderful, really flat, almost fake sort of sunrise, sunset. I don't even know if that... Can I do that? That's... I don't want the building. There we go. But I think that's going to do it for this planet. As the fauna starts to pick up out here. Oh my. Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. Look. What? That looks... I can't... What am I supposed to do with this? Sunset with the nightmare in space and whatever this nightmare is. The nightmare in space and the nightmare on the ground. I wish more fauna had these sort of bioluminescent sections on them. Shake it off, shake it off. Well, that will be where we're going to wrap things up. I think we can safely come to a conclusion on the name of this planet, which will be... I'm going to say it's going to be... Subsurface Gardens. Not that all of the flora was subsurface, but just that it's like a garden planet, and it has a bunch of subsurface caves and such. I guess the names are more my own thing. I know what they are just so that I can remember. Perhaps not. Perhaps eventually I'll begin to forget. Anyways, I do hope you've had a good time watching, because as always, I've had a good time playing. Until next time, take care.